The Atlanta Braves have done it all before, many, many times before, but this one felt a bit different, more satisfying, for sure. After all, the Braves floundered under .500 much of the season. They endured devastating injuries and grim legal issues. They had to essentially rebuild their outfield at the trade deadline. And yet there they were Thursday night, swigging champagne, puffing on cigars and celebrating an NL East championship. Ian Anderson turned in another dominant pitching performance, Jorge Soler and Austin Riley homered to power the offense, and the Braves clinched their fourth straight division title by completing a sweep of the Philadelphia Phillies with a 5-3 victory. "We were just trying to hang in there and pull this thing off," manager Brian Snitker said. "It's unbelievable what these guys accomplished with everything we went through." The Braves didn't climb above .500 until August 6, yet they went on to capture their 21st division title, more than any other team, since moving from Milwaukee to Atlanta in 1966.
They'll face their former city in the playoffs when they open the best-of-5 division series at the NL Central champion Brewers on October 8. "It's a great feeling," first baseman Freddie Freeman said. "We had a lot of ups and downs, so many things that could have derailed us. Atlanta's very first hitter got things rolling in the division-clinching triumph. Soler hit the first leadoff homer of his career, going deep for the 26th time this season on a 3-2 pitch from Kyle Gibson. Riley, bolstering his improbable MVP candidacy, added to the lead with his 33rd homer in the fourth. He drove in another run with a broken bat single in the fifth to extend the lead to 5-0. Ozzie Albies, who also figures to be part of the MVP race, through his support to Riley has been carrying this team, Albies said. "He did a great job. He had a great season. It was more than enough run support for Anderson, who appears to be rounding into the sort of form he showed during the 2020 postseason as a rookie. Anderson pitched 6 innings of one-hit ball before yielding a 2-run homer to Andrew McCutchen in the 7th. A.J. Minter, Luke Jackson and Will Smith worked the final 3 innings, with Smith breezing through the 9th to earn his 37th save. In a way, the finish was a bit out of character considering all the obstacles that were thrown Atlanta's way. Star outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. was lost to a season-ending knee injury, while former ace Mike Soroka didn't make an expected comeback after tearing his Achilles tendon for the second time. In addition, slugging outfielder Marcell Ozuna, the pot-stirring leader of the Braves' run to Game 7 of last year's NL Championship Series, was arrested after an altercation with his wife in late May and didn't return to the team. General manager Alex Anthopoulos pulled off a flurry of moves at the trade deadline, assembling an entirely new outfield that included Soler, Adam Duvall and Eddie Rosario. The Braves spent 126 days without a winning record, the most by a division champ since the 1989 Toronto Blue Jays and 4th most since the divisional era began in 1969, according to Elite Sports. The Braves finally got hot to take control in one of the major's weakest divisions. They gained sole possession of the NL East lead for the first time August 15 while in the midst of a perfect 9-0 road trip and never relinquished the top spot. Philadelphia made a late surge, getting within 1.5 games of the lead last weekend. But Atlanta snuffed out the Phillies' hopes with a stifling run of starting pitching by Charlie Morton, Max Fried and Anderson. In the series, they combined to allow just 10 hits and 3 earned runs over 20 innings. "It's a really empty feeling," Phillies manager Joe Girardi said. "It stinks. It hurts." When Smith struck out Ronald Torres for the final out, it was time for another Atlanta celebration before a near-sellout crowd of 38235. The Phillies, meanwhile, have now gone a full decade without a postseason appearance. They haven't been back since capturing the last of 5 straight NL East titles in 2011. "We've got to get better," Girardi said. "That's the bottom line. We need to break this." The Phillies' big boppers, Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto, struggled mightily in the series. The 3-4 hitters in the lineup were a combined 0 for 22 until Realmuto homered with 2 outs in the 8th off Jackson. Harper's struggles in the 3 biggest games of the season may have hurt his chances in the wide-open NL MVP race. The Braves have 3 of the top 5 among the NL's RBI leaders. Riley drove in 2 more runs to give him 105 on the season, while Albies had a run-scoring triple that pushed his total to 104. Duvall leads the league with 112 RBIs, 44 coming since he was acquired from Miami just ahead of the trade deadline. Street. Luis Nolan Arenado and San Diego's Manny Machado were the only other NL players with at least 100 RBIs coming into the day. The Braves got a scare in the seventh when Freeman was plunked just above the left elbow with a 100 mph fastball from Jose Alvarado. Freeman needed a few minutes to regain feeling in his arm and hand, but he was able to stay in the game. Phillies head to Miami on Friday night to begin a season-ending series against the Marlins. LHD Ranger Suarez is set to go against Miami RHP Sandy Alcantara. Braves host a weekend series against the New York Mets that will serve as final tune-up for the playoffs. RHP Huascarino is set to make his last start of the regular season Friday night. Follow Paul Newberry on Twitter at https://twitter.com/Newberry1963 and his work can be found at https://appnews.com/search/Paul Newberry.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.